New developments in the case of a Dallas mom seeking a court ruling to get an emergency abortion. Now, that mom already left Texas to get that medical care, but tonight the story continues.
The state's highest court blocked a lower court ruling allowing Kate Cox to get an abortion after a diagnosis of a deadly fetal abnormality. But there are still questions about what this ruling means, both for Cox and the larger issue of women seeking medical exceptions to the state's abortion ban.
So for a little insight tonight, we turn to Capitol correspondent Ryan Chandler, who has been tracking this case for us. And I know, Ryan, you spoke to one of Cox's attorneys tonight.
Well, that's right. And the bottom line tonight is that Kate Cox cannot get an abortion in Texas now, even after receiving permission from a Travis County court on Friday. The Supreme Court of Texas ruled that her doctor did not establish that the abortion is needed in her reasonable medical judgment, even though that doctor very much believes the abortion is necessary for Cox's health and future fertility. The court did clarify some of the standards by which a woman can access abortion care now, though. They say that is the role of a physician, not a judge, and they gave a lot of deference to the judgment of doctors, something women and OBGYNs have stressed is necessary for a long time now, because often they argue that doctors do not know when they can intervene to save a mother's life without fear of prosecution. They say this ruling does not preclude even Kate Cox herself from getting an abortion under the judgment of her doctor if she proves that she can meet the standard under the law of showing that she is at risk of losing her life or a bodily function. Now, I just spoke to one of her attorneys. He was surprised and emotional tonight as he stressed that abortion is, in cases like this, is necessary.
So many of our plaintiffs desperately want to have a baby. And sometimes, unfortunately, you just get a terrible diagnosis. And the best way to have a baby is to have an abortion, medically appropriate, doctor-approved abortion, and then try again, so that you can bring life into this world. I think that's what so many of our folks are trying to do here. And so, I would ask the folks that disagree to pray for those families and pray for their successful outcomes.
Now, Mr. Kaplan says he is hopeful that the court's reasoning tonight will set them up for success in another case in the future called Zarowski v. Texas, in which 20 other women are seeking clarification on those medical exceptions. The court could rule on that by June.